Hey everybody, Ben, Summerville Gardener, and today I'm talking bats. I'm not talking about the old bat, no. What I'm talking about is bat houses, bat stuff, good, bad, ugly. Oh, and they're cute too. And today I'm going to be installing a bat box on top of my bird pole, which I've already got taken down. Couldn't have anything to do with I almost forgot to film this video, but also because I was trying to figure out what this is. I thought I had corn growing on my bird pole, or around my bird pole, but I don't think this is corn. I don't know. You tell me, what do you think that is? Anyway, I've got my bird pole disassembled just a bit, and now I'm going to step into the garage where I've got the other end of the pole, and I'm going to be trying to figure out how to affix the bat box to a pole. It's like trying to fit a square peg onto a round hole. Square peg, round hole? Yeah, it's one of those kind of things. Pardon the mess and all the other projects I got going on around here. So here's the bat castle that I got off of Amazon. There'll be a link down in the description below. I thought it was pretty cool. A nice little first edition of the bat box pole thing. And yeah, more than likely I'm going to end up putting a different kind of box on the opposite side of this, just so that they've got two different houses, one facing north, one facing south, just for temperature control kind of things. Because bats are mammals and they like to be warm, but they can't exactly do that on their own so well in the middle of the day when they're sleeping. Yeah, that's one of those weird bat things. So some of the good things about bats. First, they are great pest control. You don't have to worry about mosquitoes and moths and other things because they're going to be flying around, they're going to be eating those things like crazy. The other cool thing is, I don't like to use pesticides or anything that kills bugs in my backyard, so bats is a good thing to use in my backyard because then it won't kill, my lizards and other things. Although the bats might eat the lizards. I don't know, do bats eat lizards? I'll have to look that up. And of course, bats are part of the food web that goes around the world here. That's not the World Wide Web, it's the, what's that called, Food Wide Web? Not important, don't remember. Anyway, with all the great things that bats do for us, we want to make sure that we, pay attention to their conversation. Yeah, we want to pay attention to their conservation, because with everybody building these huge suburbs and everything, all these housing areas going up, all of their natural habitat is going away. So in order to have some good bat population in your suburban neighborhoods, throw up a bat box. It'll eat all your mosquitoes and bugs and moths and stuff. Another thing it does is it helps with rearing their young, because they have to have someplace nice to raise their kids. I mean, you're living in suburban neighborhoods to raise your kids, so let them do that same thing. Because let's be honest, you don't want to be sharing your attic with bats. And of course, I can't, help but mention that there are a few bad things about having bats because, of course, like 2 people a year will say succumb to rabies via bats. And nobody wants to be that statistic. Totally understandable. Another thing that their droppings do, also known as guano, which is a great fertilizer. I forget to mention that when I was talking about the good things about bats. Guano, great fertilizer, although it can also cause histoplasmosis, which is like a lung disease disorder kind of thing. Virus? Bacteria? I don't know what that is. Osis. Swelling. But it's very treatable. Not that that's okay to, be breathing in the dust from bat droppings. Don't do that. And of course, they're cute. I mean, just look at this face. Not my face, the bat's face. And who wouldn't want to help that little guy out? All the good bugs he's going to be eating so you don't get eaten up by the bugs. Hey, that's a good point. Feed the bats so the bugs don't eat you. Okay, back to my bat box. So I'm trying to put this flat thing on the back of a pole. I think my table here is dry enough to try and use this. Yeah, it should be fine. And this here is the top portion of my bird pole. Yes, that is really an antenna from an old house. Not the point. And I was looking around for some scrap metal or something else that I could use in the garage because, yeah, everybody's house just has like a bunch of scrap metal like this, right? Yeah, right, sure. And I came across this. I'm sure it's perfectly safe to be touching this without gloves. Oh man, my hands are dirty now. And that's just, a little splinter right there. That'd be perfectly fine to get shoved in the skin. So what I think I'm going to do is somehow angle this tip a little bit so that it pokes into the top of this thingy somehow, because this is supposed to hang on a screw, and then down here at the bottom you're supposed to put a big screw or like a washer and a screw in right there to mount it to a house. And just like I said before, you don't want to be inviting bats into your attic, so that's why I'm putting it on a pole, not up by the eaves of my house where they can then crawl up into my attic. It's a horrible idea. So let's see what I can come up with. Alright, so a little bit of grindy cutty, and I gave it a middle finger kind of thing. Metal finger. I said metal finger. And I'm pretty sure that I can just slide this right in there, and that should hold the tip of it right there. And then with that piece shoved in there, I can then come down here where this hole is, and just drill a hole right there, and call that good. And then I can mount this onto there. Let's see if I can balance this. So it'll be pole, metal piece, and bat box. Kind of like that. Just, hang them all together. I could probably trim that off just a little bit. That's a little long. Yeah, I should probably clean this up just a little bit because, I'm sure that's not dangerous at all. Okay, now that we know that it fits on the top there, went ahead and drilled 5 little holes like that. I kind of measured them. No, I didn't. Now let's see how close my measurements were. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's pretty good. Hey, that actually fits. That's surprising. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing bolted on here, and then on the flip side, go ahead and get the flip side or this side. We'll go with this side. This side here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the bat box hooked up there and screwed in there. I need to find a nut and a bolt. Where would I find one of those around here? Junk pile, junk pile, junk pile. No, that's not very good. Ooh, I bet you that'll work right there. Now let's see if I can find a nut for that thing. Ooh, or you know what? There's some right there. That will probably be perfect. Ooh, and they're square too. I love square ones. I totally relate to squares. Alright, I got this all cleaned up. Went ahead and spray painted it with a little bit of black because, well, that's just what I had. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this thing in here. Stick the little finger in there. And slide this bolt right through here. Ooh, that's going to be close. That is really close. As long as we can catch a few threads, though, I call that good. Let's see if I can get a wrench on that. Let's see if I need to put a screwdriver on this thing. Just twist a few times. Call that good. That actually worked a lot better than what I thought. Alright, that should be plenty good. That should hold onto there pretty well, I think. A little bit of diamond plate, a little bit of an overkill. That's okay. It'll hold. So now I'm going to take my bat box here, go ahead and attach this thing. Oh, I probably should take these things off. Right, now I should be able to easily set this thing on here. I'm going to get these screws on. Screws in, bolts in, you know, whatever you want to call them. For people that actually know more than I do on this, bat boxes, what do you think would be better? Bolts out or bolts going in? I feel like I always flip this thing around. Put this thing right here on the other side. I'm sure that would work. I'm just going to see how it looks like this. It'll give me an excuse to drop something in the comments. Okay, and there I have it. Got the bat box on the metal, got the metal on the pole. I think this should work. But yeah, seriously, what do you think on that? Because those things are kind of sticking out there a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe. Do that likey thing and whatever, you know, if you want. Let's go ahead and get this thing up on the bird pole. You know, like 20 some feet in the air. Alrighty, back outside, I'm going to go ahead and put my pole back together with my blue, red, and black roosts, and I got to get my bird feeder back up here too. Got to take it down every once in a while to get it cleaned. Alrighty, and there we go. Got the bird pole back up. Still need to get the feeders put back up. And there's the bat box way up there in the sky, waiting for my bats to fly by. I'm sorry, I totally did not mean for that to rhyme. But that is facing to the south. I'm going to get another one, somehow figure out how to put that up in there. I might be able to just put up another plate, same way that I did that one, and go ahead and put another one over here on this side so that it points to the north. Have that one facing the south so they'll get good warm sun in the mornings, and if they need to scoot over to the other house to cool off, they can always do that over there. I'll have to see if I can get another really cool like castle style of a thing, maybe even like a little bit bigger, something that can hold a little bit more bats, because we want to make sure that they have big families, right? Of course we do. Alright, so make sure you keep those thumbs green, pests away, and know that you are appreciated. It'll be a lot easier to keep those pests away once those bats get roosting, flying around, eating all my bugs, along with my dragonflies. Not sure if you see that one guy, but he's flying around too. Gotta keep them happy too.
Some people see a menace, a creature